Okay.
Just 34.
Shall we?
Yes, we are recording right now.
You are?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Hi. So this is the State of Otakudom panel, and you can explain the lack of attendance.
Okay. Does anybody guess what's going on right now?
That's great.
Indeed.
And what kind of location is this?
At the end of the opposite.
Exactly. We are like
Across the loop. Yeah.
we're like hidden in that dark corner.
Wow.
What's this?
Stand on top of the
My panel.
Isn't it out there?
Come on in.
We have free stuff.
Ah, sweet. What are we talking? 4chan madness. Ah, sweet.
Yes. And whatever we don't give out, we're just going to give it to the place. And then I'm sure these will become much more famous after this panel as opposed to during.
All right. Okay. What's the first thing to talk about?
Well, actually, I got a nice segue/seed to grow our tree of discussion. When I mentioned the article with you and how it basically has been knotted out after 3 years. This article I wrote, if you haven't got one, come grab it. I wrote it for my Honors Composition 2 class as a research/community piece paper. 15 pages, a single space is 7, which is, wow as it is, I can't believe I've written a paper that long. And it basically says how anime is a little bit underappreciated when it comes to the American media, as well as how it's taken in by new people and how it's spread by other people. And it kind of says, hey, you could try using some basic advocation of anime. Every time I typed in advocation, Word just said, no, that's not a word. I guess that...
Advocacy.
Advocacy.
Yes.
Oh, no, I love myself. Really.
It's okay. You're
So,
always senior.
and you'll see if you look through it, there's some examples that are just totally not true anymore. Like one idea of how the yaoi genre is not fully accepted is because America has a big stigma about the homosexual lifestyle. No longer wrong. It's kind of a
Thank you, Queer Eye.
almost acceptable anymore now. So yaoi is everywhere, especially with the release of well, not exactly Brokeback, but Gravitation in 2003.
Well, not only that.
Loveless came after that, and that was another big hit, and Shikisho was semi-big.
Right. Not only that. I think there was a yaoi panel here.
There was a yaoi panel here?
Yeah, I think it's actually tonight. Yeah, there's a +18 yaoi panel.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, we might as well plug some other panels while we're at it, because we're just going to jump everywhere. Like when I was looking at the schedule, there was one that said fan subbing, blah blah blah, the industry.
Downloading, that was hosted by Greg Ayers. Very, very good.
Really?
Yes.
See, I looked at that description and I was like, oh crap, it's going to take some of our material. And I looked at it and they only talked about
No, I did not.
And they only talked about downloading in torrents and whatnot, so I'm like, yes, that only took away a little bit, not too much. Now, me and him have discussed plenty of things to prepare for this. I've even talked to some people online, I mean, Matt, our cameraman here. Yeah, we've had plenty of discussions about various topics. Actually, Alex, who's in attendance, he sparked a nice conversation when...
I forget what I'm sorry, but
I'll have to remind you then.
Bring more people.
I was excited that the Bleach anime finally ended its filler arc, and you remarked with "I don't care." ... And that kind of sparked a small thing in me. Not exactly rage, but like, why does he think that? And what is the motive behind that? So me and Matt, we went into a big conversation about mainstream anime and its effect on the current fan community.
Well,
I'm sorry for the remark, but it brings all down to it as a whole.
I don't know. I mean, you can look at mainstream really, and like, I mean, we all see it with Cartoon Network. I mean, not to diss Cartoon Network.
You have a super puzzled face, or are you just transfixed?
Transfixed.
Okay.
Okay. Because
That's
I mean, not to take anything away from Cartoon Network, like them or not as you are. I mean, they do show Cowboy Bebop. I mean, we all know that. Trigon, you know, classics.
Yeah.
But I mean, just really popular. I don't know. I guess I feel a little threatened as an anime fan, I guess that's a little bit, I'm a little afraid because I mean, I come to these cons and the #1 cosplayers you're going to see are Bleach, Naruto, Inuyasha, Fullmetal Alchemist, you know, it's like, okay.
FMA has finally joined the list of annoying anime for me with this con.
It joined last year.
Well,
it's a good story. It's a damn good story. It's just people love the characters too damn much.
Well, the one thing about FMA is, I mean, did you read the manga? Did anybody here read the manga?
I've heard of it.
I heard it was amazing.
Well, the manga was
totally different. Well, it had different aspects in some things.
right. Like, I'm not gonna even dare to even think about bashing the manga because the manga was amazing. But it was just like you have this anime series that's what 56 episodes,
52, 51,
50 something, bro.
I think it was 51.
They always get Golden Week off.
But it's like okay, and I'm trying to be rigorously follow the storyline. It's like episode 28, and, you know, just.
Yeah, random episode where some chick was not even in the story pops in just because.
Right, and then I felt there was too much of this emphasis on these tiny, like, everybody that's not a private, or, you know.
Excited.
Yeah, like has their own, like, 2 episodes. And it was getting to a point where I was like, but this is totally going off course from the manga, and, you know, you could have taken the manga, summed it up in 26 episodes, could have had a great anime, and it's
Something else that made me enraged about FMA, sorry.
No, sorry.
I didn't turn
No, yeah, we have an hour and a half. Go for it.
Oh,
Not even 10 minutes.
I think I showed you this. Remember that one poem thing that I was laughing at? The one woman.
The message. Yeah, online there's a 15-minute message with like inspirational, like emotion-fulfilled piano music, probably from FMA.
It is.
And this girl, she's sobbing every 2 or 3 words, like, Ed has gone through so much, and he came out so strong. And I wish I could do that in my
I was
life.
laughing so much, and I had to control myself.
But, I mean, that's a classic example of how mainstream can seem to be a little annoying to us.
well, I don't know, because I mean, share an experience with you guys. I mean, I don't know if you guys like.
Join the 4chan party band.
Oh, shit.
I don't know if you guys like go revisiting your high school or not. I mean, high
I
school.
just got out, but I like it because my teacher's hot.
Yeah,
Okay.
Moving aside. I mean, high school was a great time for me, so I go back there, revisit a lot, because I have a lot of underclassmen friends. I had a lot of friends that graduated with me, but you know, made a lot of underclassmen friends as well. And I go back there in January over the mid-semester break from college, and I show up in the lunchroom. You know, good friends of mine, great reunion, and there's these new freshmen that come into high school. Now we all know about 14-year-old freshmen in high school. Okay? But still, and they were wearing their Naruto bands and all, and I was like, all right, you know, you like Naruto, you like something, I don't like it, whatever. I'll still respect, you know. But then, you know, we got into a discussion about anime just in general, and it was just like the kid went off on everything. He bashed Bebop, he bashed Ava, he bashed Trigun, he bashed Witch Hunter Robin, he bashed Big O. And not so much that mainstream will do this, but I just feel that, I mean, mainstream, it's fine for those who are really young, like I'd say 12 to 14.
10 to 13.
I would say like 13 to 16 almost.
Yes. But it's not really, I mean, I don't
see many
did you
12-year-olds
start
under.
on mainstream?
Some people do. Don't think it's not because I was 116. I was not that paper. I was controlled.
Matt, if you want to turn the camera when they're talking, that's cool.
I would rather not. That thing's gonna fall
I think
probably.
the first thing I saw, like, that I can vividly remember was Princess Mononoke.
Okay.
And that was
So you started with a classic.
yeah, I started with that. And so,
hell defines a classic?
Well,
in 10, 15 years, who's to say, like,
It won't be.
Naruto final episode won't be a classic?
okay, let's find out episode we
Point
talked
taken.
about.
Or Naruto
Point-
versus Gaara, episode
taken.
76. That's a damn good episode.
Point taken, but we're talking about Hayao
Yeah,
Miyazaki.
so to
you know,
prove.
he's won an Oscar, he's won the award in Japan,
Right,
he's
right.
won the Golden Bear.
Right.
I want a golden bear.
Hold on now.
Golden Bear.
I believe it's the Golden Bear.
That's
Golden
a-
Bear
that's
from
a very
Moscow,
Finnish pedo.
if I remember appropriately.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're wondering what defines credentials, I mean, in the case of Princess Mononoke, I don't see calling
bring up white.
I mean, I don't see calling Princess Mononoke a non-classic because I mean, he's got the credentials right there. I mean,
Yeah,
I
what
mean,
year
we can
was
toss
that?
around that word.
Was it 95 or 97?
90, I thought it was 9.
What?
No.
Mononoke?
Mononoke was
Oh
not that
no,
long ago.
that was one of his later works. I thought it was.
93 maybe?
No, I thought it was
I was
98.
I was a
Yeah,
senior in high school.
98, 99.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
okay.
senior in high school.
90 was his first
Oh my
work.
gosh, it's almost 10 years.
Huh?
That's almost 10 years. Well, hey, let's flash back to last year's Tekko. Ava is 10 years old now. Like, our classics are starting to get old. And really, I remember when I first started fandom, I experienced Ava. I got blown away by Ava. Like, my ass was in that wall because that's how fast it blew me away. That some people were like, I hate Ava. It's mainstream. It's this, it's that. DBZ is another big ass example. Nobody really calls it mainstream as much anymore.
Not anymore, because
It's
like, yeah, well, most people consider something mainstream if like Cartoon Network plays it or like some big network plays it.
But like,
But
Well-
if that's mainstream, sorry to cut you off. Have you seen? Who here has seen Melancholy for Suzumiya?
Oh,
At all?
God. If that comes up.
Would you count that as mainstream then?
yes, because it's current.
Well, I think there's two different
But is
stages.
everything that's current mainstream?
It's current and it's damn cool. It's selling merchandise. It has a
very
vibe through its fans.
But
Most things he label mainstream because of the fact that
That a lot of people
yeah, a lot of
love
people
it,
like
and
it,
they're annoying
or
sometimes.
like stores will start pushing it, and foremost, Hot Topic will start selling some of their stuff, maybe.
Right.
Right. Oh God.
Yes.
But so mainstream, you guys are going to define mainstream as something that's widely accepted.
Sort of.
In a current
Yeah.
sense.
Well, I
Okay,
think
because you can't really market in this country. I remember who here
Go
said,
ahead.
can I just get this in before you speak? Has anybody here heard of Kino's Journey? You have heard of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't watched.
Well, that came in kind of. I mean, it's heat funny because that's my favorite
Yeah.
series of all time. But it came in under the radar. I mean, so you can say in 2004 when it came out, it's current. But was it really mainstream? I mean, I still know people. I mean, one hand out of five. I mean, out of four people, and the only reason these two know about it is because I talked
Hey,
about it.
I bought it before you talked to me about
All right,
it.
that's
I just
okay.
didn't watch it. But my wasted money.
And then nowadays people are
Well,
trying to
Mike wanted to speak first.
I think we really need to make a distinction. There's really two different types of mainstream, right? There's the anime mainstream, the animes that everybody knows about, and then there's the mainstream of every society. Pokemon, even though I dislike it, would be an example of complete mainstream because it's
So is Naruto. I saw a commercial for like toy kunai and toy. Yeah, and then I like had a seizure out of the stupidity of saying that. But like,
that was a sport that was this long.
And I saw some kid having that at the con, like,
yeah,
because these series that are mainstream
they're so marketable.
completely fit more into the American standard of what they consider a cartoon show to be.
Right. Like, I mean, the ninja in Naruto, the people who put on a forehead and say, I'm a ninja. Oh, look, you're not. If you're a ninja, be prepared to die on every single mission, all right? That is not what it is.
The red shirts of Japan.
Vendors in the West, please put your garbage out in the hall.
Holy crap.
Okay, Paul, get out
God
there.
has spoken. What is your opinion on this matter?
personal.
I disagree. Objection. You go like Phoenix Wright.
Overall.
Anyway,
Fuck this damn thing. I'm gonna
well-
just do it like this.
Well, the industry itself, we definitely talked about that.
I don't know. I don't think.
You said that ever since, I think, the turn of the century, you said.
Well,
Ever since the turn of the
true,
century, the marketability and availability of anime has gone down.
Well, I think no. It's not just the marketability. I think it's the quality overall.
The
I think
quality
the
of the releases or the
market
quality
right
of
now
the
is
anime?
absolutely flooded. I think in 2004 you saw your last really
Good.
great stuff coming out. You had Kino, you had Azumanga.
Are you talking about the quality of the anime or the quality of how they were released by American companies?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
I mean, because I remember you mentioned how Bandai will release Haruhi
Yes.
in the, just
They
releasing the
are.
Yeah,
Melancholy episode
Yeah,
first.
Yeah, just to clarify, Melancholy when it was broadcasted in Japan, it was mixed up. And she was saying the right episode titles while Keon was messing up the entire time.
Did we mess up or what?
No, the subtitle episodes, I won't say where I got them, they came out in broadcast order. Bandai is doing chronological order.
Well, they were forced to in signing the contract. with
Yes,
the
Greg brought that up at the downloading
Really?
pack. Yes.
Oh, okay.
With-
Did he mention Databayo by chance?
I don't believe he did.
Because Databayo, which is the Japanese equivalent of is the name of the fan sub group that continues to do Naruto and Bleach, despite them being licensed.
Yeah,
and
that-
they are a limited liability company. This could rape them, but there's some clause that prevents that of sorts. I haven't really looked into it.
The way that I kind of see it, or at least the way that I think, is that it's so popular in Japan. The only thing that the subtitle people are doing is getting the episodes out on the internet and subtitling for the American fans who are dedicated to it, but they don't live in Japan, so they can't see it themselves. So the way they see that is building their fan base and helping themselves when said episodes
I
to America.
don't want to argue about this, but talk to Greg Ayers about that. He will shoot you down like crazy.
Really?
Yes.
Well, go.
Well, of course, this is not a legalities thing. Let's not get into it.
He brings up a classic point that's been around since the beginning. How much does the anime have to change in order to get over here, and what is the trade-off? Look at Macross. If Macross was kept exactly the way it was, it never would have been here. Would you have preferred it come over here
Actually,
later?
that's how it is now. I mean, back then we got Robotech, and now it has been redubbed and released in its original and fashion.
Really? That's awesome.
Yeah,
What about
That's
Voltron?
why we have Mari Ijima here. She did the English voice of Minmay in the redub of Macross. Not Robotech, Macross. Yeah.
I mean, I thought that was amazing that you have the Japanese actor do the original dub.
Yeah.
Now, it's the quality of the dub. We won't touch that.
Yeah.
I actually never seen it, so no opinion here.
We won't touch that topic. Moving on. But that's the industry as a whole. I don't know. Because I personally, as an anime fan, now, I'm finding myself buying. I'm finding myself going to these conventions and buying everything that's old. I'm like, okay, what do I have to get my hands on? Onegai Teacher, Cowboy Bebop.
Something
always
that's
wanted
at
that
least
big
2
O.
years, 3 years old.
Yeah,
Like I saw that Matt bought Genshiken.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, we'll make an exception for Genshiken. But
Well, I think that's a very, very smart move, by the way. I'm sorry if I'm talking.
oh, no,
Okay,
go ahead.
I think that's a very, very smart move by the American companies currently. They
Is
are
that
minimizing the material cost and making slim packs. How much was that box set?
$35.
That's amazing.
They aren't.
5
They
years
aren't
ago,
like.
that would have been 80 for
They're.
4
They're.
discs.
They're. No, that's 3 discs.
Well,
Yeah, that's 5 discs.
It's 3 discs, and they're all regular DVD packs.
but
Oh,
there's
My
two
bad.
sides. There's 2 sides to this coin now. There's 2 sides to this coin I want to bring up. You can have the slim packs and it'll be cheaper, but
You lose a lot.
you have anime series that are 26 episodes. Regular Lotus Wars, Chronicles of the Heroic Knight. 26 episodes. It was 4 DVDs. That's it.
well, yeah. If they want to scrounge as much as possible, in fact,
Tenko Tenge is what, 8?
wait, U.S.
Fine.
Core,
Tenjo-
U.S. Manga Core, is that the company that released Lotus?
Yes.
I remember their style was to put like 6 or 7 episodes per disc.
They tried to pack it as much as they could, so that way the fans can get more for their buck.
But even with the new stuff, I mean, well, Full Metal Panic's not that new, but we saw
Yeah.
Full Metal Panic and it's like 6 episodes per disc, and I'm picking up 26 episode discs now, getting 43 episodes per disc. Even,
Like maybe it's the company's attempt to replicate like Japanese. Like a good example in that point is Gantz. They tried to release the first season, just the first season, 2 episodes a disc for $15.
For a long time it worked.
It did work.
I thought it did.
I mean, I don't know how that approach would work. Although in the olden days, olden for Golden Boy, ADV
Yeah,
released
it's-
1 episode per VHS, just like Japan. I mean, it's like I just bought Golden Boy 4 today. It's a half hour long. I mean, yeah. So you could say we're kind of spoiled.
There's probably
I can offer
VHS
that
to record
anywhere.
something,
It was
too.
dealer girl. I was trying to find that.
Oh yeah, somebody else was trying to buy that somewhere. But what do you think about, what about like say, what's happened to the chains that carry anime? Suncoast is all but dead. It's it's like a Resident Evil zombie right now. With one brain in Monroeville and another in Southfield
To be
Village.
honest,
It was
No,
not
the
here.
one in Southfield Village is done now.
It's done.
Yeah.
The only one left is in Westmoreland Mall.
Westmoreland Mall.
It's not up here at Monroeville.
well, I don't know. I mean, to be honest with you, you know what? I mean, I went on a spending spree last summer. I bought Children's, I bought X, I bought Infinite Reviews, I bought a lot of old classics,
Old, good.
and I found them at a GameStop.
Oh, yeah.
I bought that at a GameStop.
Yeah, a lot of places have actually stopped buying them back.
Really?
Yes, I do know GameStop has stopped doing it.
Ain't buying them?
Well,
Free stuff
GameStop
up
stopped
here.
buying them.
Free stuff up
Not
there.
really free. I don't know if it carries lickers for your kid.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's not alienate. Let's not haze. Did you guys hear what happened to a certain convention a few weeks ago?
And
No. Well, okay, go on ahead.
No, I'm not.
I'm not making the accusation.
Hold on.
I'm not making any accusation, but I'm just saying I heard the story and damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Apparently, this convention, the staff, including the chair, did not have a liking to furries. Mostly replicating and saying, hey, I'm doing this because I'm cool, because it was on 4chan. Because 4chan loves to make fun of furries. Well, the furries in attendance, they hazed, called names, would punch the costume head, making it turn around their real head and stuff. And they even chased one with a cattle prod, apparently. I see. There's many conflicting stories, but there are artists in the Artist Valley who can confirm that story. And yeah, it's disgusting. I mean, sure, you can replicate a popular thing online. Lord knows you do every 65 seconds in the room. I've been good about it. One cannot simply turn on the TV.
Do you like mudkips?
We won't go there.
Sure, it's okay to replicate that, but there's always that fine line. I mean, and
There is.
there's that
Well, I mean,
fine line.
I mean,
of that.
I'll say this. I mean, I like going on 4chan. I mean, yeah.
I do too, you
I mean, yeah, but you gotta realize where your place is. I mean, as representing a convention,
there is a thing called moderation.
yes, there is a thing just called, I mean,
Just taking, like,
decency.
it's like, 4chan is basically boredom killer. And if I go on there and it says like,
Something.
I don't know, trying to make something
Kind of
happen.
a
Joy's Japanimation in my vagina, it's more likely than you think, and I giggle at that. Number one, because that's a name, and number two, they mentioned something that I'm familiar with, like the duck roll. There was Balky roll. I loved that sitcom, so I laughed because Balky was used on that. Blah blah. Yeah, I know. But that's another part, the big thing about Otakudom, as it is, the internet and its role in the development of our jokes and the humor involved. Of course, what happened at that convention is pretty heinous, and I do not condone it. But how many times did you all hear, "This is Sparta," throughout the convention?
Or this is Cape Town.
What?
This is Cape Town.
This is Cake Town. Yeah.
The PG version.
The rip-off of 300.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta realize where your place is. Especially, I mean, if you want to represent the anime business like that,
Right.
that's a convention.
And that's a
it's
good-
not like
that's
one
a good
fan
point.
going out
Knowing
and
your
breaking
role.
the law or something. That's an entire convention. Just ruining
Going out of the way. Going out of the way.
There.
Act like completing another act.
But like knowing your role when it comes to, yeah, that's what I want you to think. People have to know their role when they're in the real world, but the internet is a magical place. And 4chan is where you get to be exactly what you aren't.
Or
Cool, suave, and having a girlfriend. That's about all I can think of.
Yeah.
Or
Unfortunately,
True.
itself. I don't know. Like, what has come out this year that is of interest besides Genshin?
What?
Genshin was last year, man.
Yeah, well, I meant
Genshin was
within-
2 years
from
ago.
from Genshin was this year.
No, it wasn't.
It was 2 years.
No,
2005.
My bad.
Yeah.
Oh wait, well, what was come out this year that's worth that you
Eureka
think
7,
you would buy?
Eureka 7, I know that.
Oh, are we talking in the past year or this
As
year
in-
since
as in,
January of
what's
07?
What's today's date?
April 11th.
As in April
April
11th of
April
06
13th.
to April, or whatever.
14th.
14th. God!
Of 06 to April 14th of 07. I mean,
Okay.
what is really good that you guys would consider buying?
Death Note.
If I had money for it, I would buy the entirety of your.
What?
I would also that. And I heard.
Hellsing Ultimate, yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's
Not bad.
not really.
Not the original one. We're talking
No,
about.
no,
I find it different too.
What was that, Mike?
It's not really until after a while that we realize what series are good. If we went back to 2004 and we asked the same question, we would probably be at a loss because maybe we had Xenon.
I was convinced that Gundam Seed Destiny was going to be good.
I have to disagree there. I have to disagree with that because I was a subscriber of New Type in 2004, and they were giving away the DVDs, you know, first episode of a series. Okay, I got Kako Nuku Nuku,
That was an exciting
All-Purpose
year.
Cultural Kako Nuku Nuku TV. I was like, okay, good, wouldn't consider buying it. Then I got Kino, I was like, amazing, have to see more. Then I got Azumanga, I'm like, amazing again, have to see more. And then, you know, when I would go to a club or something, I would just pick up the first volume. That's how I started with Kino. I mean, I saw Azumanga up to 4 in my high school club, and I was like, this is good enough, I'm going to buy this. I mean, but kind of with Kino, after the first episode, I was
I'm
just
actually
like,
kind of glad you kind of insisted on the name of the club at my school because one,
There is a club at your school?
no, there's not. I'm glad there is not.
Okay.
Let's just say too many people are like the shameless piece of trash.
Shameless.
And then
Well,
they,
okay.
they have their, after they shame over their sit the fandom, basically they give them the ones.
There are anime fans, but you feel they don't really respect the fandom?
No, they just don't. They don't know the true meaning of what the series was. They just like to see their
Yeah,
hot
I
shakes.
have a story about that. I was a senior in high school. Princess Mononoke had just won the Academy Award, and I see this kid who's wearing a Dragon Ball Z shirt. I figure he's into anime. He knows some stuff. Start talking to him. I mentioned I've seen. I want to see Princess Mononoke. He said, Mononoke sucks. No one dies right. I said, what do you mean? You know, no
There's
beam
actually
blasts
blood?
and no shit like that. And
Blood?
honest to God,
Okay,
if
are
this
you
kid
getting
was a
blood
freshman, I
in
would
my
have,
DBZ?
you know, if the
yeah.
teacher would have been, or
Yeah,
the teacher
DBZ.
there, I would have dunked his goddamn head in the toilet.
Does anybody still, well, I'm sure you guys have been in the business, in the fandom long enough, but anybody remember digital swimsuits?
Oh, God.
That's a fun form of censorship, wasn't it?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
yeah.
There was a lot of that.
Kenshin.
Yes.
oh yeah.
So-
But I
They
don't
couldn't
know.
do
I
it
mean,
in
'cause
one
you have-
episode.
You have
Because they
instances
couldn't
like
afford all the
this,
paint.
where, I mean, you got somebody who's DBZ bashing Mononoke, which defies logic.
Yeah, well,
But
the-
there were
then you
people
have
who
people-
felt
but-
DBZ was the shit, just like people think Naruto is
Yeah,
the
the
shit.
quote-
It's a continuing cycle. We were annoying to the 80s kids, and now we've got our own children. to
Well,
deal
I don't
with.
know. I don't know. I don't know. Because 1990s was the golden age.
in America.
Let's talk about golden age.
It's not true. I'm just saying.
I mean, I don't know, but
I'm
come in. I mean, look at everything you had in the 90s.
Well-
Clamp was making hit after hit. They poured out Bebop, they poured out Ava, they poured out Bigo. Sunrise was huge. Sunrise blew up like a
Absolutely,
balloon.
But then they
Well-
played Cowboy Bebop until it was dead.
True,
Yeah.
but still, it came out in the 90s. You got a lot of this stuff.
I'm happy that Cartoon Network has SLC, one of the strangest anime, but they played it in full force, and it was awesome. Because it's one of those, it's not mainstream, but people still love it because of the randomness or the concept in the entire thing. And there was Haruko, and I have her picture. I'm proud of that cosplay because,
Haruko?
yeah. The girl with the pink hair and the guitar.
Yeah.
And go back on the news type thing. I'm actually a subscriber right now, and I've gotten one of their DVDs, and I really want to get this one series that inspired me to get it. It's, I don't know if it's new or not. Shinju. Sort of Stellar Wars.
Oh, I mean, loud. Sorry.
Sorry if I'm...
No, it's okay. Just a little louder.
I want to ask how you think. I mean, you take fans like that who are bashing everything that we kind of hold true as because I didn't. I mean, he saw Mononoke, and when I was in high school, when I got into fandom, I went through like a training process. I mean, I had to see. I mean, I watched. My friend let me borrow thing of the thing. I mean, I watched
Marathon of Toonami every week.
Well, not Toonami. I mean, I stood away from Toonami. But, I mean, during high school, it was like I saw, first year of high school, thanks to a friend of mine, I saw Bebop, Ava, Big O, I mean, FLCO multiple times. I mean, Golden Boy, I mean, I saw...
Alvazar.
Yeah, I started Alvazar.
Oh my God.
I saw the first 2 seasons of Rama. I mean, it was...
I've only seen the first.
Everything.
That's all I need. It's redundant after that.
I love that show.
I mean, but I'll be honest with you. The first anime I ever actually started out with was Android Kikaider, the animation.
Yes.
What was it?
Android Kikaider, the animation. And, well, I mean, I loved it back then. Well, I mean, come on, I was a freshman in high school. But then, I have to admit, as much as I like this series, because it was my first, I'll have to admit, I look back on it and it was like, what was I thinking? But, I mean,
giant robots were cool.
yeah, still, I mean, I knew not to bash on everything else that was already out there and already established itself. I mean, since when have we gotten to this point where that is happening? I mean, and I have met, I mean, I'm not going to say everything, I'm not meaning to stereotype. I mean, I've met Naruto and Inuyasha fans who are totally respectable people.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not going to go around, like, bashing everything. But, I mean, I don't know.
Well, if it's the arrogant little 13-year-old fan who thinks he's a hot shit, I just throw logic right back at his face.
Well, when you talk, I mean, when we're talking about young people, and let's throw some psychology into this. I mean, when it comes to like rational thought and actually having high order thinking to make comparison and contrast to other stories and whatnot, I mean, people at that age really can't. So they just get what they love, it makes them feel more adult, and they love it forever.
Remember the campaign of Adult Swim? Like the fact that it's called Adult Swim, and now like totally proves your point right there.
True, yeah. It's like, I watch Adult Swim.
I know that's what got me in the beginning. I was like, yay, I'm grown. It's tricks you when you're a little kid.
I'm a big kid now.
I mean, still, I think it's a problem with even, I mean, you see it everywhere, and I don't mean to come kind of off anime, but I mean, I see it in video gaming a lot. I mean,
The rabid fanboyism.
well, I'll go online.
This is
in anything.
State of Otakudom. Video games are included here.
Okay, because I mean, I'll go online, and I don't think Halo's the greatest multiplayer, but I'll go online and be playing Halo, and you get the young kids who come on, sound like they,
like a kid
sucked on
like
a little
young and
helium,
wanted to get them
talk,
something,
and I'm like, but I'm the one with the high school degree. Why is this kid thinking that he is better than me in every aspect
I have
of
a
life?
story to tell about something like this too.
All right.
I'll let you know first.
And what you say about the rabid fanboys, I have just a really good quote that I've used a few times. A little bit of evil a day keeps the rabid fanboys away.
A little bit of what?
Evil a day.
Like, act evil while you play the MMO.
Or act evil any time of the day.
Like,
Or whenever I'm at school, I just act a little more suspicious, and people just either run away or just ask. Just don't hang.
My story
What's your story?
involves. I'm assuming everyone here's played at least Doom. Knows what Doom is.
Yeah, I have.
I owned Ultimate Doom.
But I got the 360 version. I had a gold account for a while. Just got a new one. And, I'm playing on my voice chat, playing Doom. This little kid, honest to God, told me 12 years old. 12 years old. Man, I've been playing this game for 15 years. His real words, real words. And honestly, while we were playing, every third word out of his mouth, and I'm not going to say it because you're here, and just out of, he said the N-word. He said the N-word like it was water. You know, I mean, just after this, you know, shoot this, you know, shoot him, what the, you know, all this crap, and my God, this kid was annoying. And then one guy, we were playing co-op,
Can't
and
you get banned?
I never got his username, but I just muted him. I didn't care.
You can actually, go ahead.
Well, let me finish here. You know, one guy said, I have to, you know, go take care of something. I have to go to the bathroom. And okay, this guy's standing there. You know, I'm being respectful. I'm waiting. I'm, you know, looking at a magazine that I have there. And this guy starts going around and shooting both of us.
Figures.
Yeah.
People on his own team?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, he knew where the spawn point was and the level we were playing. So every time we would spawn, rocket, 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 rocket. And then you know, once the guy came back and started, this kid started using the headset as his own personal karaoke machine.
Conco's weird.
Oh my God! I want to just reach through the console and strangle this little fucker.
Funny story, and then I'm going to get back to the actual seriousness of the discussion.
Okay.
But you can actually, it's rare. We all know about the feedback system the 360 has.
No,
The negative and positive feedback. It doesn't do much, but I swear to God, if you actually hit for a month straight 0 stars reputation, you can get suspended from Xbox Live.
Interesting.
Yeah. My friend messaged me the one day, and he's like, yeah, I have half a star of reputation, so I need some kind of good feedback. And I was like,
No, you don't.
first, A, how do you get half a star of reputation? B, I already gave you positive feedback before you even got to half a star of reputation. So I was like, who did you go around making mad? But still, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess it seems, I don't know. I mean, I've heard multiple theories about why you get these people that think, or these kids, and just people in general that think, you know,
I think you should mention
mainstream
the stalker.
over anything else, period.
The stalker at the forums.
And anything that they don't agree with sucks. But, I don't know, I guess one of the theories I heard, I don't know if this is true or not, I don't want to pin it on this, but I heard that the reason why you get these people that think that everything that they don't like sucks more often now is because the business has grown and that fandom has grown so rapidly since. Because I never heard this stuff in 04 or anything like that. When I was at Otakudom 4, I never heard it there. And now it's 07 and it's like, but the industry's blown since then.
Yeah, it's basically anime, like, wait, never mind that.
Tekkoshocon?
No, never mind, no. Never mind.
Anime Expo?
No. It was I thought I had, but I didn't make sense.
Because Anime Expo has huge corporate sponsorship from Best Buy and ADV Films.
And going back on the subject way back whenever you're talking about chains, I went to the rated Best Buy up at the Mills. They have a nice looking man. Like, I was about to buy one of the Syntax of the comic party because I thought it was an awesome series. And I went for it. They also have a lot of pretty good selection. But they're most of the main chain out there.
Do you feel that nationwide chains have gotten a lot more anime? Like
I feel that they've altered the industry.
I would say so.
Because Best Buy has actually refused on several occasions.
Well, I'm talking about the Walmarts.
No, like Best Buy will not sell anything with like the word princess in the title. So it's what was it, Princess Tutu, I think it was, and they had to rename it just so they could release the DVD into that kind of a market.
And the selection keeps getting smaller.
Yeah.
Smaller and smaller.
No, but I mean, you know, they don't want a pink
And
DVD case.
was eliminated, so it's like, where do we go for this stuff?
Your selection is getting smaller.
I don't
Just
know.
getting bigger.
I really don't know. Because you can find, I mean, FYE obviously is a good, I don't like FYE personally.
They charge top price.
They charge top price.
Yeah.
But that's if you want to buy anime from a retail store. FYE. Like I can walk into a Walmart and I mean every time I walk into a Walmart or Target, I go to the electronics section and look for anime just to see if they have it. Yeah. Just one.
Target has it.
Target's not. I went to Target in Uniontown. Doesn't. Target. I went to Target in Philadelphia, my hometown. Doesn't. And I was really surprised because finally, in like the nth time to Walmart, I managed to find Princess Mononoke, and I was like, oh my god, there's an anime movie here? Like,
They usually have some popular volumes. I remember that Uniontown Walmart had some FMA volumes. They definitely sold to me Dot Hack Sign Volume 1 for only $15. That's awesome. And then they didn't sell the rest. So guess what? I would have to collect the rest. That's money-making strategy right there in business.
yeah, but as store-wide, I don't know. I mean, besides FYE, I really don't know where to go. Like, to be honest with you, I will save money up all year just to go to a Tekko or an Otakudom and just blow everything I saved in a year on the anime there.
Good bowling. And I know this might be a downer,
Just the best
but
deals.
I know that if you went on, say, rightstuff.com with one F, it's a wonderful site. If you spent the same amount of money, you probably would have gotten 1.5 times the amount.
What about like discountanimedvd.com, deep
It's all
discount
import
DVD?
shit.
Well, I don't know.
No,
You're
this
taking a gamble.
no, this isn't import. This is like Region 1 stuff. This is good stuff. I got a copy of
You have to be a smart shopper.
Reservoir Dogs for I think like $12.
Okay. With those kinds of sites, like, yeah, deep discount anime DVD or
Yeah, deep discount DVD. It's like deep discount anime. They're
yeah,
like
deep
all the
dis-
same.
Deep discount DVD. They're very cheap, but their shipping is a turtle.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
tell you that. And there's discount anime DVD, and they have tons of like, what can I say?
Not really.
Imports and domestics all around. You just have to be smart with that.
And there's my voice, the AC,
Anime Castle.
Anime Castle.
In fact, it's been
I mean, there is a lot of retail.
Yeah.
I mean, they sell a lot at retail price. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, some of the stuff I remember when I ran the high school club, the high school anime club, you know, fundraising is whatever you take out of your own pocket. I paid most of that stuff to the nose. But they've been doing pretty good as of lately. They put stuff on sale now on the website, and you know, I mean, and they have that point system that you can do. I mean, it's nice, but I don't know. I've actually thought the best deals excluding the FYE I mentioned, the best deals I've found for any anime is at a convention.
At a convention. Yeah, they usually chop it off. It's like part of your fee for coming to the
For
convention.
me, most of the cheap anime I've got, like, I go to CD Warehouse or the CD Exchange that's not either downtown or in Oakland, and they'll usually have like box sets. Like CD Warehouse downtown, or the CD Warehouse by the CVS, they usually have like tons of anime, and they don't have anime box sets. They have like box sets of Robotech and like the few Gantz box sets, and like some which are probably bootlegs, but they're still like at a really cheap price. Like most of their box sets are like $20 max, except for the Gantz, which they charge $35 for the second season and $45 for the first one.
I want to jump back to Mononoke and Miyazaki. One thing that definitely helped fandom in general, when it comes to professional circles, is, oh my lord, I forgot the name of the film. What was it? Won the Oscar.
Spirited Away.
Spirited Away. Won the Oscar for Best Animated Film.
So mad how it didn't win.
And Miyazaki got like 2 nominations in a row after that. I mean, which really, as much as winning is everything, just getting nominated for an Academy Award is huge.
Right.
And I wanted to point this out since we did mention of Mononoke. If you picked up a copy, flip to page 2. Princess Mononoke, around the world, over $163 million. United States, $2 million. And I was thinking maybe Disney could have helped with that. It's Disney. I mean, they are #1 in animation here in this country. And I would say, and I think this is my own deduction that I put, but the sad truth was set in stone. Disney didn't have to spend too much money because they knew Mononoke would only have an appeal to established anime fans, since no one else wanted to see a different style.
Actually, I believe for Weinstein's.
That Disney actually marketed that movie in Japan itself and elsewhere in the world. So they just spent their money where it was more apt to make a difference. It's just like a political
But
campaign.
just not here.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember only seeing ever one commercial for that movie, and even then it said it was limited release.
Yeah.
And
There was a lot more for Spirited Away. Like
I remember hearing a story that, Harvey Weinstein, head of Miramax at the time, who I think distributed Mononoke, he was considering cutting parts of the film. Miyazaki, in a complete ownage move, sends Harvey Weinstein a katana, a full-size Japanese katana, with a note, a simple note in English, no cuts. No cuts.
Awesome.
On the film. Film was released, no cuts whatsoever, and that's the deal that he has with Disney. They cannot touch the films.
The only thing they're allowed to do is provide the voice actors.
Yeah, which is actually good because, what was it, Warriors of the
But they
Wind.
did pull some good ones.
Oh,
I mean, you had Billy Bob Thornton in Mononoke.
Gillian Anderson.
Hal was actually a really good one. Not his wife, but the entire cast I think was really good. Billy Crystal was on
was it
Calcifer.
the Castle?
It's Calcifer. But if you there was a Miyazaki film released in America back in the mid-'80s called, it was Nazca.
Nazca.
Right, but it was renamed to Warriors of the Wind. Looking at a VHS copy of it, there's no woman on the title, they're all men, and the whole storyline was chopped to bits.
Wow.
Storyline was chopped to bits. Miyazaki's,
And just recently, like last year, they re-released Nazca of the Valley of the Wind.
Yes,
And
since it was a, 15th anniversary?
yes, 15th anniversary, I believe that was. Can you, Matt, oh, you're so funny. Church. Why, back
So
in time,
basically,
there
what
were
we've been yakking on for an hour was
What?
just
Remember when Otakudom was good? Otakudom was never good.
well, actually, I can't say
Wow,
that.
we
though.
just mentioned a con name. Okay, Anime Punch fucking hates the furries. Just let it all out there. Christ.
What about the state of conventions?
Conventions themselves.
Themselves.
I did want to talk about that. What can I say? Just to cheap plug this con. Tekko. This con is not Tekko. All year round in this community is Tekko, and this is the main event. That's what's special about this convention. We know each other, and we are a huge, not circle, but sphere of friends.
We do.
With connections everywhere. Well, at least I got into that. Mr. Philly.
like, does everyone call his friends basically all around the world? Or
Exactly, yeah.
Which I would, if they ever release that would be happy to find.
Yes. Oh yeah, I picked that up. That's a nice phenomenon to talk about. But on conventions real quick, yeah, this is a pretty cool convention in its concept. But yeah, there are conventions getting really huge. Like, it's amazing when your convention is actually not allowed, but obligated to have an attendance cap. Like, Otacon's attendance cap is 25,000 now. And I wonder if AX does have an attendance cap.
I thought it was 250,000.
Is there attendance cap?
Yeah, at Otakon, that was 250,000.
No. A quarter million people in that
The
building.
convention center can't even. The fire
be an
thing.
orgy.
Yeah.
No,
the fire
I'm
code
sorry,
for the
my
convention
mistake,
center
I'm
itself
sorry.
is like what? 28?
I don't know.
It's like 28.
I
Math
might,
I don't know actually.
no sleep.
Yeah.
Oh no.
A lot of caffeine.
Also, I mean, I found this to be bad in terms of managerial viewpoints, especially if you like working conventions. But there are cons that are born out of hatred of other cons. I've already mentioned it, so what the hell? Anime Punch was created because it fucking hates OhioCon. Like, we hate you, we're leaving, we're making our own con, and we're gonna rule.
And that's
they're not. They're not.
That is a problem.
This
Otacon's having.
is the opinions and viewpoints of me and Kevin, not of Tekkoshocon Incorporated. Also, what's another con that was created like that? I think Colossal Con, maybe.
But
I'm not
isn't
too
that a
sure.
problem with Otakon right now? because the people
There
want
are,
to move
there are,
close up the cast.
I have no details because I'm not in their staff circle. I probably never
It's
will.
all right. We'll label
But
it as
there
a
are
rumor.
faction,
We'll
there
label
are
it as
faction wars with that staff apparently. I don't
rumor. We'll label that as a rumor.
rumor.
Okay.
Can I have your attention, please?
No.
Food service located in the atrium will be closing at 8:30.
Yay!
Food service will be
so will
closing at
we.
8:30.
No, everyone.
Okay.
Off topic there. How about, well, that's basically conventions as a whole. I mean, conventions is where those mainstream fans and whatnot clash. Indefinitely. Like, if you are someone who enjoys this anime and likes it casual and is like, okay, I'm just going to watch it because I like it, and that's all. And even if you give the mainstream anime a chance, like you like Naruto Shippuden as much as you hated Naruto.
I actually did.
Yes. So you're,
Because they've actually matured. They have not.
those who give mainstream a chance and like just like, you know,
And on
enjoy
that
it for the
subject,
story,
like, going back
they
to-
see these kids like vogue dancing toward them in their beliefs and whatnot.
And I'll throw a brick at them.
Yeah, and they're like, it's a culture shock.
And
Do you remember your first con? I sure held it.
I remember.
Because it's like, oh,
My
boy.
first con was like the best con you could ever have.
Into it.
Anybody here go to Otakudom 4?
No.
Line
My
con?
first one was this Tekko 3.
Tekko 03, yes.
Because my right
No, okay,
guy that.
He had Lark CL perform live there.
Lark and CL.
So it was like, I
That
thought
was my first convention with Paul.
Yes, it was. It was our... What,
First club convention, technically.
no, Neko 03 was.
Neko 3, but it was technically because it was everybody from the group was there.
Well, technically because the student government had us approved by them.
Yeah.
Yes.
My first convention was Otakudom 03.
One day.
One day, 4-hour
yeah, I was one.
4-hour tour of Otakudom. I hit everything I could. I hit everything I could
You know what's,
within an hour.
you know what's surprising
An hour,
though?
4 hours, whatever it was. I hit everything I could. I wanted to absorb it all.
Was it sweetness?
Yeah, discuss your first con memories. Let's go.
I want to hit this one.
Odd because I only was there for 2 days.
Okay.
But it was weird because I enjoyed myself there.
No, you go ahead. Finish.
Yeah.
And then I met everyone that was from the forums, and they were all nice to me. Like, even though I was like,
that Tekko stigma that I discussed, yeah, it's powerful. We are the most active web forum on the internet in terms of cons. Hands down.
I have tons of them. Well, I have tons of them, but never mind.
Okay.
I was going off topic. Otherwise, that con was awesome because it was just sweet bliss because that's where I discovered the true fandom.
Like how the community is.
I keep trying to let it. I'm sorry. I'm anxious to do this.
Go ahead.
I just want to say. All right. Now I want to apologize first off to Matt, our cameraman, and to you because I've been bashing this kind of like hell. Because I was very disappointed in the game. I was like, no Halo, no Xbox.
Oh well.
Because all right. As much as this is probably going to make enemies, I'm a Microsoft fanboy.
Boo this man. Boo.
Get it! Say
I think the only one that
My
had
Vista
Xbox.
arrived in the mail.
I think the only one that had Xbox this
complete
week.
with AIDS.
Probably because when you want to play the next gen system.
But anyway, moving on. I mean, I'll take that back. I'm actually really enjoying this con. I mean, there's a Mahjong panel. I was like, oh my god, Mahjong. I mean, there were more panels here that I went to than Otakudom 5. I mean, I went to Otakudom 5. Now, Otakudom 4 was the one day.
Otakon panels.
Well,
They're
hold
like
on.
events.
Otakudom 4 I went for one day. That was the day of the Archon Ciel concert. Okay, I lucked out like, you know, I was looking out of my mind on that con, going there, okay, for that one day. Otakudom 5, I registered for the whole 3 days because, you know, coming off Otakudom 4, it's like, oh my god, it was amazing with the concert and everything, and oh my god, I'm going there. And I sat in, I went to a J-pop room, I'm like, oh yeah, J-pop showing, and I was very disappointed. It was all punk J-rock, and I was like, 10 minutes I was out of there. Then I walked into a political panel, 30 minutes, politics of anime and stuff like that.
Like they have like all the different nations got them.
Yeah. And 30 minute, you know, it was a 30-minute panel, it got done. And then, other than that, well, it was an hour panel, I walked in a half hour late. After that, I was in the game room the entire rest of the convention. I'm not even gonna lie. I camped out the game room for an hour just to get in. Because I was bored.
Today, for this fun, because I was having fun with Fist of the North Star side scroller beat 'em up. It was awesome.
But I mean, it's like I went to play.
Yeah,
Photo lesson.
Yes.
I'm here.
Japanese pro
I went to
wrestling.
Mahjong. I forgot to go to Mahjong in Milan. I mean, you've got a lot here. I mean, I'm not even going to
It's a very good variety. I was happy
I can't
with
wait to see
the different panels that were here. Yes.
Steam. Oh my god. I mean,
again.
I haven't seen the whole Steam or the.
Oh my God! You know this kid? You haven't seen
Oh
him?
yeah.
Otakudom?
Go see Steam. It rocks.
I know. I've seen
Yeah,
Steam, but
Steam Boy.
No.
No.
Steam Boy.
Steam is the sequel to This Is Otakudom.
Right, I know.
Which we watched in club once. Instead of the... Go ahead.
Sorry, what's Steam?
Steam is the parody of This Is Otakudom.
It's the
It's a
sequel.
parody of a fan parody.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Of a parody.
And we don't know who's in it.
It's like Queer Eye for the Yowie Eye.
Oh.
Yeah.
Should we ask other people about the convention?
Oh, actually, I wanted to change that question up. Let's make this round table, and it'll go clockwise for me. But what is the moment? Yeah, since we are starting to run out
We
of
are
time.
like, we got like 60 seconds.
Actually, we have 30 minutes, because I asked for another half hour and we got it.
Oh. Oh, damn it.
We'll do this round table, but what is the moment that convinced you, even if you resisted for a while, what convinced you and gave you the epiphany that anime was here and not going to leave this country? Like it or not, we are a subgenre of Americana now. What is the moment?
Whatever I saw Naruto.
We'll go around.
We're going to a round table.
Mine, it might match yours, but after the Larkin Sale concert in 2004, all of us, all 20,000, no, not 20,000, 14,000-ish, shuffled out of the First Mariner Arena, and we shut down that area of the Inner Harbor in Baltimore. We marched the streets, and it was amazing. It's like onward to the convention center, and I saw it like 3 blocks ahead, and we were just marching proudly along until the police are like, get on the sidewalks. Yeah, that's gonna happen. But yeah, going through that, it's like I'm getting misty-eyed just thinking about it. Yeah, that would probably be it for me in terms of, wow, we're here to stay. We're not going away.
Yeah, we've shut down a street.
Oh, hey, took a lot of time for that, Mike.
That certainly is a tough question.
Really?
But I'm not sure if it's a good example, but I'm not sure if it's the actual one because it's hard to think all the way back. But I remember at one convention, I think it was 2005. It was here at 2005. Oh, what?
I think it was 3.
Tekko 3, yes.
Yeah, Tekko 3. A bunch of people were dancing, myself included, and a staff member came over. It was to some anime song. And a staff member came over and said, "You have to be careful. The vibrations might cause the floor to collapse. Because we're all dancing up in unison." And I thought, "Oh wow, if we can collapse the floor, I guess we're gonna stay around for a while."
Yeah, well, given that this is Pittsburgh, so could a forklift.
Yeah.
Well, if I had to tell the truth, then it would be like Dragon Ball Z, but that's not nearly as interesting.
Okay.
I'm still thinking, actually. I'm actually going to be thinking for a bit. Mine was probably just entering this con at 05. Whenever I entered it, I'm like, wait a minute. This exists like this in full force? This is just not something that I or a few people in the United States like. This is global. Hell, this is freaking insane. Like I was like, it was my moment of zen.
feel like you're calling
You, sir?
Alright, so there's no real moment for me since I've never really had much to do with the anime community as a whole. Like, this is my first convention. I've never been in an anime club or anything like that. I just watch it on my own. Pretty much everything I've downloaded. I don't really go out and shop for anime. I've only actually bought 2 series ever. And I've been watching anime since I think 2001 or something, whenever I was in 10th grade.
Okay.
And I guess it's been really gradual for me. One time, I guess, it was 2 or 3 years ago, I walked into a bookstore and I just saw like a whole wall full of manga, and some of it was actually raw. So I'm like, you know what, this is growing and it's not going away.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the best way I have. No one trying to dispute you or anything, but, you know.
That's fine. It's a good one. You go into the borders here and like, oh my god.
I still do that.
I'm trying to think. Mine would probably be, let me think. Maybe 2001, where I actually I get my hands on a G Gundam box set, first season. And I was sitting in my room, and my grandmother comes into the room and asks me what I'm doing. I told her I'm watching an anime. And she says, what are you watching? I told her G Gundam. So she sits down and watches about half the story, half the episodes with me. That's about 12 episodes each. Oh. Yeah, she like gets into it because like they're all from different countries. She said, that's really neat. And I don't know, for some reason she like Jiminy Crockett, I won't say why. And so she's like, she really got into that. And so I suppose that's about how I realized I was going to say.
Oh, I gotta be last.
Or you want to go, Matt?
No, it's in the paper. It's in the.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I want to say Otakudom, but I'm going to go away because it was fun. Just LineCon. Everybody calls it LineCon. I had fun. I had fun.
Tons of lines. Not enough staff to get them into the room.
Jesus Christ, get in the car.
Oh my god. He said I was good. I'm not even going to do it. You're right, making that comment again. Anyway, I don't know because it was. It was somewhat enjoyable standing in the con in the lines because we met people from not too far from where we lived, and we were just like, oh my god, there's other people in Philadelphia besides us quarks. Holy crap! This is an epiphany! But the one moment had to be 2003.
No, it's a little no.
Okay,
yeah. It was like,
it was 2003, I guess. I walked into, a Barnes & Noble. Forgive me, I went to Barnes & Noble instead of Borders. Forgive me.
No matter, bookstore's bookstore. Whatever has the better rewards program.
I was going in there to buy news hype. This was before I had the subscription. I got the subscription in November of 03. This was like, if I remember correctly, it was the fall. So we're probably talking September. School just started, so I wasn't worried about schoolwork yet. And yeah, there was just like, it was Saturday. It was great weather. And it was just me, and I went into the manga thing, and there was just me and like 5 people in there. And we just all went to a table around the area. We just went in there. And my dad was like, okay, I'm dropping you off at 11, I'm going to pick you up at 1. Or whenever you call me back, he's like, I'll probably try around 1. And it was like 8 o'clock at night. We talked for that long, just about anime.
Wow.
And I was just like, yeah, can I get it picked up? He was just like, where are you? I was like, he forgot where I was just gone. It was just amazing. I mean, it was just like 9 hours of just talking about anime. I was like, wow.
The bad moment that made me realize that anime is here to stay was probably when I heard Naruto was coming to Konami. I almost cried to the bed. I'm like,
I wanted to add another moment. This is a moment that never fails to give me tons of emotion. You mentioned unity. Of course, you find that at your first convention, Otakudom 2002. I only went there because I liked anime and it was the character. It was the name of the character in Metal Gear Solid. And we went there, and I watched the masquerade because I didn't know how masquerades would be, and it was nice. It was a fun masquerade because I never had seen that kind of comedy in my life before. But actually, I want to jump back a little in that day. I watched the dub premiere of End of Ava, which was epic.
Oh no.
I mean, End of Ava was never at a convention to my knowledge, and it was the dub. I was disappointed that it was the dub, but it was cool nonetheless. I met up with a group of Ava cosplayers, and we made the cast. Everyone was represented, even Yui. In fact, our Kawara was also Ray another day. Yeah, that rhymed.
Did you have a pen?
What?
Did you have a pen?
Pen. We had a plushie of him, carried by one of our Oscars. So we all went there, and I was like, these people I just met 2 days ago, and we're like together in this audience. And you can answer this because I never know the name. The three-headed mechanical dragon from Godzilla.
King Ghidorah.
King Ghidorah?
Yes.
Okay. Well, it was wheeled out, not really walked out. And I guess they had strings in there because they pulled it to make the mouth move. And the three heads sung Bohemian Rhapsody. At the end, by the end of it, there was not an arm up either with a lighter or going back and forth.
Sweet.
And like the emotion gathered into that. So many thousands of people doing that at once, like a voice rising up. That is the epitome of fandom in my view. Like us together. Divided at home and together at these conventions. I know I'm giving conventions a whole lot of credit, but that's how we know the fandom.
And that's how we can measure the fandom best.
Measure the fandom best. Now, what kind of thing do we have here? About 20 minutes. Okay.
You know what I want to mention though real quick? And I just want to say, I don't know, like, we can keep, like you mentioned, did you mention this as a subgenre?
What?
As a subgenre?
Yes.
Okay. He mentioned anime being like a subgenre. I don't know. I think we're kind of, as anime, as this, I don't know, I think we're
a form of animation entertainment. So I would say that would be
right, but I think we're streaming even into like regular life. Because I remember, oh man, I was getting into dancing. I'm a fan of electronic. And it was late 05, getting into the dance scene a little bit, starting to know the DJs. Like everybody here's heard of Paul Van Dyke.
Really?
Our electronic version. Anyway, I mean, and then I picked up a mix that was on, I think it was on the transaddict.com forums, or there was a link to it from the forums. And it was Paul Van Dyke remixing a Ayumi Hamazaki song. I was just like, that's hot. I was like, wow. I was like, you just have the #1 DJ in the world from the previous year. Remix.
The #1 European music.
That's like, yeah. It was just, I was like, oh, I couldn't take it. I almost cried. I had to stop and think about this. I'm like, is this even real? Am I hallucinating? Did anybody smoke drugs near me?
So I couldn't believe it. The one candidate picture with the little kitten really going, saying, wait.
It was like when I got beat on in Melee. I just couldn't believe it. It was just like, what? It was like when I got beat on in Melee today. I just couldn't believe it.
What?
Besides the point.
I got beat on in Melee. What?
But anyway.
I heard peed on what? That's all. That's all I heard.
But yeah, I mean.
It's called the street effect.
I almost like, I didn't know how to react. Like, I didn't know if to shout for like, I didn't know if it was like, yeah, or just to like cry because it was so great. It was a good remix. He didn't butcher a song. The thing is, Paul Van Dyke, he doesn't butcher much, if anything. But that's besides the point. So,
well, when it comes to what we advertise, we basically pinpointed a lot of things. Except, what do you think fandom is headed? Do you feel that, I mean, we had our DBZ guys. We had a ton of them. And
The Narutars.
And apparently, those who like DBZ, I mean, come on, that's about 10 years ago, or, well, let's make it 5 since it hit America. The fandom has just grown. So I think logic dictates that those who were DBZ only hardcore have at least moved on to other things. And do you feel that perhaps most of these Narutars will grow beyond Naruto and become casual fans?
Maybe.
I don't think so.
They need the exposure. That's what I think. They need the exposure to everything else.
By being
well, it depends. You can still be at cons and not really have an exposure to much. I mean, remember I said I spent practically the whole time of Otakudom 5 in the game room? Yeah, that's not exposure to much. Just exposure to like the Dead or Alive Ultimate Machine and Halo 2 and Melee. But that's about it. But anyway, moving on.
I mean, I'm talking the kids who go to the mall and have the headband on and say, "Oh, I'm cosplaying."
If they don't go beyond it, then they'll just quit.
Yeah,
you ought to make a stink.
Well, I don't know. They just need the exposure to everything else that is anime. The whole industry. And yes, they get that a little bit at cons.
And then they decide if they like it for themselves.
I mean, yeah, they're going to get that at cons. But, I mean, you still need to I mean, there needs to be someone. I think I think it's responsibility of us veterans to do what happened to me. You have to force people to sit down and be like, you have got to see X, Y, and Z.
Fucker orange on them, peeling their eyes out, and then making them watch something else other than Naruto.
They'll learn to hate him eventually.
If they think they're really interested, sit in front of Ninja Scroll and see if they can blow their freaking minds.
I think it's more important to point out that society as a whole will start looking at anime as different from other forms. I think eventually, instead of there being fans that specifically like anime, instead a science fiction anime movie will not be considered different from a live action movie. And that's ultimately where we want to be.
Basically.
To add on that, we're not a cartoon anymore. Like, people will not consider us as a cartoon. Like, I remember when I was getting into it,
that is true.
It was like, it's a cartoon. I'm like, no.
Only senior citizens and parent people who
I haven't seen senior citizens.
Parents.
Like, let's say when I talk to a stranger online, like, everybody I guess, that like, the casual person knows what anime is.
It's hard to find that it doesn't.
Yes.
I don't know.
Like, if you're not from Tsunami, but from Cartoon Network itself, Teen Titans, I know, but it's in the Japanese style. So if they,
that's like
doesn't help that Japanese girls sing the theme.
I have something to know.
Hey,
don't be busting studio marathon.
Shut him up, you go.
No.
Look at the production studio marathon. I'm sorry, but they look like they just rip off every single bit of anime and they just throw it in and then Americanize it.
Yeah.
I want to.
As long as it makes money, and apparently it is. Especially with poor kids, especially with teenagers, or superhero teenagers. And apparently Robin's God.
Let's not forget 4 kids. Butcher a lot. The moment, I don't really want to lash out against the company, but I think the moment 4 kids really starts to lose business and get into any kind of financial trouble, the anime business will die.
Well,
4 kids children when they released one.
It's bad.
I have to say, out of companies that we love to hate sometimes, I'm very proud of Funimation. They have
They're good. They've seen the error. One thing I want to mention real quick. One thing I really want to mention real quick is a little bit subtle. Just a tiny little bit.
We don't count that.
We don't count on it. I just want to mention real quick. Is there anybody here, show of hands, who there are some series that you just have to watch dub? Like you're just so accustomed to it? Alright, awesome. Alright. Well, Elf's Art was like dub was amazing. Like Dot Hack dub was not amazing, but
Pretty close.
Let's not fight.
Okay.
But Dot, I was like, I have to watch this stuff. I've just seen this so many times over.
I like it.
And so, I don't know. But I think now, everything I watch is something.
Yeah, it's like Sub versus dub, what do you like? I'm like, well, I just don't. Like when it comes to Adult Swim and the stuff on there, I just ignore it. Like sometimes I use the term boycott, but no, I just don't care. Like I remember sometimes you message me on AIM, like, hey, Trinity Blood is on. I'm like, you're like, yeah.
It's kind of like I am
What's on there anymore
wrestling
is
with
years
you.
on there. There's a damn dub.
I did try out Bleach one time, and it was okay. I liked the dub. It was okay. I like the songs, both of them.
They actually used in the later episodes of Naruto on Naruto TV. They actually brought back.
In fact, I heard that. I heard that Go. You know, we are fighting.
Yes.
That actually has subs.
Yes.
On Adult Swim.
Yes.
Which is amazing. I think so.
Adult Swim showed something so.
Yes.
What was that?
They just the Naruto we are fighting. What?
Adult Swim on.
Yeah.
But you're not. Tommy and Adult Swim go hand in hand, in my opinion.
Turner.
The old Adult Swim.
The old Adult Swim.
Everything's
Yeah.
It's like saying it's made out of atoms.
It's made out of atoms.
It's just.
Did anybody have some random questions to wrap this up? Like anything at all?
How can Bear be driving?
How what?
How can Bear be driving?
How can Bear be driving?
How's the
Who's driving?
Party hard, 24M good. Eggs. And a box. Here.
Enjoy your age.
Enjoy your eggs.
I believe this is yours.
Did you see the anonymous cosplayer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I did.
I told him to get a pizza delivery bag, and he's like, no, I'm going for the business suit. Yeah, that about wraps it up here.
What time is it?
It is like
8:21. We got
yeah,
9 minutes.
8:21.
Bullshit for 7.
What's going to be here next?
What?
What's going to be here next? I don't.
Sashiko. Sashiko with Shadow Chan.
Oh, you
Okay,
didn't
what
come to
is
see
that?
us?
No, I did come to see you, but
All right.
is there